darkest corners of reality, where shadows merge with whispers of mystery, lies a hidden realm, a place where thoughts transform into living entities, dancing between invisible dimensions. It is within this fascinating domain that we find ourselves today, delving into the depths of the mind and uncovering the enigmas hidden within the folds of thought. Imagine a world where every idea, every aspiration, and every fleeting whisper in the darkness of consciousness takes on a life of its own, acquiring form and purpose. In this captivating journey, we meet a visionary, a master of the occult, a guide through the labyrinths of the mind, Ernest Holmes. His words, more than mere sounds, serve as keys to unlock the doors of the unknown and reveal the materialization of our destinies. Thoughts, as he reveals, are not mere abstractions. They are forces that shape reality itself. Dare to step into this realm of the unexplored, where the boundaries between the tangible and the ethereal blur. Prepare to discover that, in the unseen fabric of existence, every thought is a thread weaving the tapestry of your reality. Welcome to Thoughts Are Things by Ernest Holmes, an audiobook that unveils the intricate layers of the human mind, revealing a universe of infinite possibilities. Open your heart and let the magic of these words transport you beyond the imaginable, where ancient wisdom merges with fantasy and mystery. Preface. Imagine having the knowledge to attract happiness, prosperity, health, and success into your life. Would you accept such a secret? Would you embrace it and put it into practice? That is the treasure I am eager to share with you. Our thoughts wield incredible power over every aspect of our lives. From the simplest tasks, like jotting down a shopping list, to the profound questions of love and fulfillment, every thought shapes our experiences. What we speak, write, and believe eventually manifests in the circumstances of our lives. This is why I hold Dr. Ernest Holmes's work in such high regard. His teachings provide an extraordinary pathway to spiritual freedom for every man, woman, and child. Without resorting to sermons, his words offer a transformative guide, turning fear, anger, jealousy, and uncertainty into courage, understanding, compassion, and peace. This book is a map that leads from chaos to harmony. Ernest Holmes was one of the most influential spiritual philosophers of our era. He successfully synthesized centuries of wisdom into a modern, practical approach for fully living life. Thought, the very act we engage in daily, is the key to unlocking a rich, fulfilling, and abundant existence. I invite you to embrace this book, read it again and again, and implement its timeless advice. By transforming your ideas, you will transform your life. Move forward with confidence. You deserve it. Chapter 1. The World Around You. What do you think of yourself? Have you ever paused to ask yourself the most fundamental question? What is the image you hold of yourself? If the answer is negative, it may be time to deeply examine your thoughts. A British medical journal once noted that doctors should be cautious about their perceptions of patients, because evidence suggests that patients react in alignment with their doctor's beliefs. If a doctor expects poor outcomes, it seems to influence the patient's attitude and recovery. Now consider how this principle applies to your own thinking. If the opinions of others can affect us, how much more significant is the influence of our own thoughts? We live in accordance with our mental patterns. If our thoughts are dominated by illness, failure, and strained relationships, it is no surprise when these experiences persist. While we may have little control over what others think of us, we have immense power to change how we perceive ourselves. We must give ourselves permission to think differently, to focus on the best and most desirable outcomes. Life already presents enough challenges without the burden of negativity. If we wish to positively influence others, we must first influence ourselves, ensuring that this influence leads us in the right direction. Identity. Recognizing that the great I Am is always available to you opens the gateway to a profound connection with the divine presence within. Through quiet contemplation of the Spirit's action in all things, you learn to see beyond appearances, to discern the invisible essence that shapes all conditions. This awareness transforms your problems, aligning them with the divine pattern. By cultivating spiritual discernment, you gain the power to dissolve obstacles and eliminate negative conditions. Affirm health over illness, abundance over lack, happiness over despair. As you master the art of releasing denial, be it pain, fear, or doubt, you step into a life of greater harmony and fulfillment. Poverty no longer holds power over me. I test the law of the spirit, and any thought inspired by fear or limitation vanishes from my consciousness. I know my words are not empty. They transmute energy into constructive action, producing health, harmony, happiness, and success. Deep within my being lies a presence, a certainty, an unshakable security that assures me all is well. I embrace my divine condition here and now. Science has made extraordinary progress, opening doors to new realms of knowledge. Innovations once thought impossible are now everyday occurrences. Headlines announce groundbreaking discoveries almost daily, and we've come to expect that science will achieve the seemingly unattainable. Science provides solutions to countless problems, and it is natural to seek its help, yet it cannot answer every question. Dr. Gunnar Gunderson, a former president of the American Medical Association, wisely emphasized that science alone cannot satisfy the deeper needs of life. Cold, sterile methods cannot replace the warmth of empathy, understanding, and faith. Humanity requires more than bread to thrive, more than pills to heal. What we truly need is love and faith. Love and faith cannot be manufactured by science. Only we can cultivate them. But to offer love, we must first free ourselves from fear, resentment, hatred, and anger. Faith must flow through us, a conviction that life, in its perfection, expresses itself through us without resistance. Without love, faith, and a connection to life's infinite goodness, even the most advanced scientific methods fall short. Within every being lies a divine power untouched by fear, illness, or limitation, a power of pure perfection. Yet as individuals, we often build walls of negative thoughts that block us from accessing the supreme good. These walls, constructed from fear, suspicion, and past negative experiences, are the only barriers preventing us from living a life of abundance. It is not necessary for pain or poverty to accompany you on life's journey. Instead, affirm that within you resides a presence, a force, and a law that draws to you all the goodness life has to offer. Declare that friendship, love, wealth, health, harmony, and happiness are your divine inheritance. Refuse to judge by appearances, whether they seem mental or physical. Trust in the higher power that governs all things and know with certainty that it will never disappoint you. Reject evil and fear, free yourself from their grip, and exercise the divine power that is your birthright. Life is meant to be enjoyed, not escaped. Yet many people unconsciously resort to illness or other means to avoid fully engaging with life. For example, some may develop symptoms of coronary disease when faced with unattainable goals, even though no physical illness exists. This is a well-documented psychological mechanism we sometimes use to avoid what we find difficult. But life itself is an active, creative force. To withdraw from it is to diminish vitality and stagnate. This does not mean you must immerse yourself in unpleasant tasks endlessly, but rather that you should approach such tasks with a renewed attitude. Shift your perspective, and what once seemed burdensome will lose its power over you. Avoidance only robs your life of the vitality and fullness it offers. Embrace every experience, knowing that each one enriches your connection to the divine force within. You are deeply connected to all things. You are one with the eternal light, the spirit that blesses, heals, and brings joy to everything it touches. By living in harmony with this truth, you become a blessing to yourself, to humanity, and to every moment you encounter. Today I embrace the perfection within me. I reveal the kingdom of spirit that resides in my soul. I look at the universe of my life, knowing that the divine presence within me clears and straightens my path. Nothing in me can hinder this power or diminish its influence. I am aligned with the infinite, and my life flows with ease, abundance, and purpose. I do not deviate from the shared circuit of life and love that is God. My words dissolve every negative thought and impulse that could obscure my perfection. Wisdom illuminates my thoughts and actions, bringing harmony to my body, revitalizing it, and manifesting perfection in every cell, organ, and function. Love brings peace to my mind, allowing joy to sing in my heart. I am in complete unity with the good, assured, and free. In today's world, insurance is available to cover almost every conceivable loss. Many of us willingly pay premiums to protect ourselves, viewing it as a necessary expense, especially when that coverage spares us from significant financial burdens. But insurance is only useful if loss occurs. Wouldn't it be extraordinary to have insurance that prevents accidents and challenges from arising in the first place? Such insurance exists not as a monetary transaction but as an inner practice. It's a form of free protection, requiring payment only in the form of mental and emotional discipline. By mastering our thoughts and emotions, we ensure good health, which is our natural state. Constant worry and anxiety act as invitations for illness, disrupting this harmony. The same principle applies to our relationships and affairs. When we mentally and emotionally harbor negativity, we undermine the natural balance in these areas. However, it is never too late to take out this insurance. Be safe. Don't fall into the trap of fear, as Job did when he declared, "What I feared the most has happened to me." Instead, release your fears and trust that the Spirit of God guides you in everything you do, transforming your path into one of joy, happiness, and security. Remind yourself, the power of divine intelligence is helping me now, controlling my thoughts and filling me with confidence that only good will be part of my experience. Each day, the living Spirit makes my path perfect, acting as my guide. Divine intelligence speaks through my mind, advising me wisely, leading me gently but firmly toward prosperity, happiness, and health. I am always protected by divine love, safe in God's hands. Anxiety and insecurity dissolve, replaced by the certainty that only goodness flows into and out of my life. This is my expectation. This is my reality. When it comes to mental capacity, many of us believe that it declines with age. Yet studies such as those conducted by the Naval Research Office have shown that our mental faculties often improve as we age. By the age of 50, many individuals perform better intellectually than they did at 20. This is an encouraging truth, but only if we allow ourselves to embrace it. The real danger lies in the belief that our thinking abilities are deteriorating. The trap of stagnation comes from the assumption that our mental faculties are already fully developed. Have we truly activated all the potential within our minds? Have we utilized the billions of nerve cells in our brain to their fullest? Often we fall into the habit of repetitive thinking, replaying the same mental melody over and over again, rarely venturing into new territories of thought. But the capacity for expansion remains within us at all times. It is never too late to explore new ideas, to challenge ourselves, and to expand our understanding. Just as muscles grow stronger with use, so too does the mind. Strengthen it with fresh thoughts, new learning, and boundless curiosity. Life's potential is limitless, and so is the capacity of your mind. Muscles grow stronger with use. The more we exercise them, the more capable they become. Similarly, the more we think, the greater our capacity for thought becomes. Over time, this continuous practice strengthens our mental faculties. So begin now. Think deeply, think consistently, and let your thoughts improve and expand for the rest of your days. Inspiration. The Apostle John shares the profound words of Jesus. God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. This truth reflects the unity of all life that Jesus experienced in the ecstasy of his enlightenment, saying, "I and my Father are one." You too are one with the Spirit, inseparable from its presence. Your words carry power, for they are the actions of God expressed through your thoughts. Declare this truth. I clarify my vision and purify my thoughts to become a mirror reflecting divine inspiration from the secret place within, the highest altitude at the center of my being. This is achieved not through extraordinary effort, but through quiet contemplation, fasting from negativity, and feasting on affirmations of spiritual realization. Refuse to be overwhelmed by external influences. Instead, walk in the light of divine love, letting it guide your path. Trust the inspiration within you. It governs every action and thought with peace, certainty, and conviction. Hold the key to the treasure house of the kingdom of God. Today, choose to enter that kingdom and explore it fully, the kingdom of divine creation. Protect yourself. Life requires protection, but one of the greatest threats to guard against is the infectious nature of others' thoughts and emotions. As the Journal of the American Medical Association noted, mental health and illness can be as contagious as a smile or measles. We can be influenced by the joy or despair, security or fear, and stability or instability of others. If we allow fear and negativity from those around us to infiltrate our minds, we risk becoming carriers of those same destructive emotions, spreading them further. But this truth also offers hope. Positivity, joy, and love are just as contagious. You possess the power to choose what ideas you accept or reject. By cultivating inner strength and emotional stability, you can resist undesirable attitudes that destabilize your well-being. Instead, embrace thoughts that uplift, inspire, and bring health and vitality to your life. Remember, it is you alone who determines which ideas take root in your mind. To protect yourself from negativity, constantly monitor your thoughts. Let go of harmful mental patterns or memories from the past. When a thought arises that contradicts your well-being, replace it immediately with its positive opposite. Affirm this truth. I am a child of the divine heights, endowed with intelligence and perfection. My thoughts, guided by the divine, attract only good into my life. Thoughts have the natural tendency to materialize, attracting circumstances that align with them. By affirming constructive ideas and rejecting all others, you allow the principle of perfection at the center of your being, an invisible, divine presence, to manifest through you in every direction. Good conduct. We all expect good conduct from others, but this begins with our own behavior. By aligning our thoughts and actions with divine principles, we set the foundation for harmonious relationships and a fulfilling life. Choose to lead with integrity, guided by the wisdom and love of the Spirit within you. As you do, you become a beacon of positivity, radiating the light of divine love to yourself and the world around you. We must continually emphasize to our children the importance of good conduct and disciplined thinking. Many of us believe we behave well, but have we truly examined ourselves? Outward appearances may suggest good behavior, but the discipline of our inner thoughts is what truly matters. Are our ideas as controlled as they should be? Dr. Dwight L. Wilbur, a member of the American College of Physicians, has observed that between 1 and 2/3 of people consulting doctors suffer not from recognized organic diseases, but from dysfunctions caused by their way of thinking. This doesn't mean their illnesses are imaginary. Rather, they are the physical manifestations of mental turmoil. This brings us to a critical question. How much harm are we causing ourselves with the thoughts we allow to dominate our minds? Often the answer is more than we realize. Our unchecked thinking not only impacts our physical well-being, but also negatively influences the situations we encounter. Instead of addressing the ideas that create these challenges, we spend much of our time complaining. Without taking action to discipline our thoughts, we remain trapped in a cycle of repetitive, unhelpful ideas, and our problems persist. At any moment, we can choose to educate our minds in the fundamentals of good conduct. It begins with focusing more on what we want, rather than dwelling on what we don't want. Life experiences are shaped by the ideas we nurture in our minds, so cultivating positive, disciplined thoughts is essential for change. Quoting good orientation. At the foundation of all things is good, even if it sometimes appears absent. Recognizing its presence is key, for there is only one Spirit, and it resides within you and everything around you. This Spirit manifests in people, places, and things, adjusting all parts of the whole to maintain harmony. Trust that the Spirit within you goes before you, preparing the way for your experiences. Have faith in this truth, for it is as real and certain as the laws of life, and as precise as the principles of mathematics. This life force empowers your thoughts and actions when they align with it. Affirm this truth. The Spirit within me goes before me, making my path perfect, smooth, easy, and joyful. There is nothing in me that obstructs the divine flow of life's perfection. My positive thoughts dissolve all negativity, ensuring my experiences remain aligned with good. Identify with the living Spirit in its boundless energy, presence, and life. Lift your metaphorical cup in approval, knowing that the divine will fill it to overflowing with the resources needed for a rich and fulfilling life. The importance of creativity. Creative activity is an essential part of human fulfillment. While we may busy ourselves with distractions that fill our time, true satisfaction comes from meaningful and creative pursuits. Dr. Eleanor Chrissy of Cornell University noted that those approaching retirement should develop internal and external resources to rely on. Creativity, she emphasized, is vital, not for productivity's sake, but for the simple joy it brings. The drive to create is not something we acquire, but an inherent quality in all of us. When neglected, life can feel hollow. Creativity is a necessity, from children making mud cakes to adults seeking meaningful ways to express themselves. The popularity of the do-it-yourself movement reflects this deep human need to create. For many, work becomes a routine devoid of individuality, leaving them unfulfilled. Regardless of age, finding ways to channel the creative impulse within us is crucial for a joyful and purposeful life. It's never too late to begin. Right action. Right action is the process by which every legitimate and constructive goal in your mind is successfully achieved. It is knowing what to do, how to think, how to act, and how to proceed, guided by divine principles. When your ideas align with the divine nature, God's law strengthens your actions, and nothing within or around you can limit the creative power of your thoughts. This power resides within you, producing harmony, peace, happiness, and success through your actions. Recognize that within the awareness of the divine nature lies the nourishment to fulfill all your physical, mental, and spiritual needs. Accept this nourishment with gratitude, understanding that it is life's perfect provision entering through the gates of your inner being. Give thanks, knowing you have access to this perfect law, and use it wisely. Turn to the divine source at the center of your being to absorb everything you need, mentally and physically. Immerse yourself in the awareness of the reality of your desires, allowing this consciousness to permeate your thoughts and actions. This awareness brings peace, harmony, and order to your environment. A renewed faith is born in you, faith in the limitless resources of the divine presence and the perfect law. Now, in everything you do, there is only right action. Mental recordings. Much like a physical recording that plays the same track repeatedly, our minds often replay the same thought patterns over and over. Unfortunately, the song we hear is often one of fear, anxiety, guilt, or hatred, hardly to our liking. This neurotic thought pattern creates a cycle of negativity, exhausting our energy as we listen endlessly to the same mental tracks. But these recordings can be changed. The record of hatred can be replaced with love. The record of fear can be swapped for trust. Anxiety can give way to faith, and guilt can transform into forgiveness. Over time, this process becomes second nature, and your mind begins to play a more harmonious and uplifting tune. Free yourself from fear. Freeing your heart from fear is about cultivating an implicit confidence in the good, the lasting, and the true. Fear itself is the only thing to fear, not the challenges, confusion, or external forces surrounding you. Through spiritual vision, you recognize that only good is permanent and all else is transient. Justice dissolves all opposition, and the strength of the spirit reigns supreme over any antagonistic force. With this understanding, there is no place for fear. When hatred and fear are absent from your heart, you will experience the unity of life. Affirm this truth. Fear is not from God. It contradicts the divine presence, repudiates infinite love, and denies unlimited good. Fear is not a person, place, or thing. It is an impostor I have harbored for too long, giving it the illusion of reality. Today I repudiate all fear, renounce all thoughts of hatred, and enter into conscious union with the Spirit. I accept good as supreme, positive, and absolute. Begin each day with joy, leaving behind the regrets of yesterday and embracing the possibilities of tomorrow with confidence. When your heart is free from fear, you are free to live fully. The law of freedom. Freedom is a paradox. While it liberates us, it also compels us to confront the external conditions we have allowed to limit us. However, this same freedom gives us the power to dissolve those limitations. It is not enough to say we attract what we think. Rather, we become what we think and attract what we have become. Following the law of the inherent spirit within us, we grow everything we praise. Lift yourself from weakness to strength, from ignorance to understanding, from poverty to abundance. The power of good thoughts is so profound that it causes anything unlike them to disappear. Chapter 2. How do you live your life? Living is a deeply personal journey, one that no one else can undertake for you. The choices you make, the thoughts you harbor, and the actions you take are all uniquely yours. Life is not just about existing, but about living with purpose, clarity, and joy. It is a journey of creation, growth, and transformation, guided by the divine principles that reside within you. You are the architect of your life. Others can offer advice, suggest strategies, or even share their wisdom from past experiences. Yet the most powerful voice remains your own, the inner dialogue shaped by your successes, failures, and aspirations. Who you are today and who you will become tomorrow is determined by the internal motivations you set for yourself. Often, without realizing it, we may be moving in a direction that diverges from what we truly desire. But with greater awareness of how the mind works, a new perspective on life emerges, one where you appreciate and embrace your experiences as supreme because you have first recognized their supreme value within yourself. It's easy to marvel at humanity's achievements in exploring outer space, sending probes beyond our atmosphere, and contemplating the vastness of the universe. Yet what lies within us, our inner space, is an even greater mystery. Outer space may challenge us with its vastness, but our inner thoughts and consciousness present an equally profound frontier. While scientists have explored the mechanics of the brain, the mind itself remains an elusive marvel. It is the source of poetry, art, engineering, love, and all that makes us human. The good news is you don't need advanced equipment to explore your inner world. You need only your thoughts. With consistent introspection, you can become the researcher of your own inner space, uncovering truths that can transform your daily life. The divine power within. All that exists in nature is a manifestation of a singular, unified life, a presence and a law that coordinates everything. Yet our minds are so cluttered with conflicting ideas that even the truth must wait for our recognition. To unlock this truth, you must learn to attune yourself to the divine presence and power that already resides within you. Truth, love, and reason form the foundation of all existence. Instead of retreating into negative thoughts, allow your mind to renew itself in peace and joy. Recognize the power of the invisible spirit working through you at this very moment. Hold on to this awareness with unwavering certainty. I now know that I am a perfect being, living today in perfect conditions, aware that only the spirit is real. I recognize an energy acting and reacting within my experiences, my body, and my mind for my highest good. This awareness harmonizes my life, bringing prosperity, happiness, peace, health, and joy. Today I'm in communion with the invisible presence that animates the world with life, light, and love. I unveil my true self and approach the spirit within me, which resides in all things and all people. I accept all that belongs to the spirit and desire all that aligns with its nature. Mental health, a holistic perspective. In recent years, much has been said about mental health. While universally recognized as desirable, its true meaning often remains unclear. Dr. Bauer, the Director of Health Education for the American Medical Association, offered this insightful definition. Mental health involves the relationships we establish with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. Interestingly, this perspective echoes a long-standing definition of religion, which states its purpose is to establish harmony between an individual and oneself, their neighbors, the world, and their creator. Modern mental health programs often neglect this fourth and vital point, our relationship with God or a higher power. Yet this relationship may be the cornerstone of mental well-being. History is filled with examples of scientists and spiritual leaders emphasizing that all thoughts and actions stem from our deepest convictions. Developing a constructive relationship with the Creator, rooted in understanding, trust, and love, provides a foundation for emotional and mental health. Once this relationship is established, Challenges in other areas of life often resolve themselves naturally. To achieve this, one must climb the metaphorical mountain of self-awareness, consciously elevating their thoughts and aligning with divine principles. By doing so, you not only achieve inner peace, but also foster harmonious relationships with those around you and the world itself. Start this journey today. Explore the vastness within, embrace the divine power that fuels your existence, and nurture the relationships that define your life. With these tools, you hold the key to true mental, emotional, and spiritual health, the divine order behind all things. Amid the confusion and disorder of life, there is an unchanging spiritual cause, a universal order that underpins all things. This order, inherently perfect, manifests itself uniquely in every aspect of existence. It is not merely poetic to claim that divine perfection exists in all things. It is a profound truth. Affirm this truth. I proclaim the perfection of divine order within me, becoming deeply aware of its reality. I allow its essence to flow through me, expressing its love peacefully and powerfully. In this communion with life, I embrace its power with the faith of a child, trusting its authority over all my affairs. Today, I declare the presence and activity of the Spirit within me, in my relationships, my work, and my world. Ultimatum. Understanding and resolving problems. Life often presents us with problems, but have we ever stopped to ask to what extent we might have created them ourselves? Research from the Psychological Clinic at the University of Illinois revealed that many challenges parents face with their children stem from their own imbalances. Similarly, many difficulties in life arise from our thinking, feeling, or acting, consciously or unconsciously. If we created these problems, we also have the power to dissolve them. The first step in resolving any problem is to understand the role of our thoughts. Constantly focusing on problems only amplifies them, while careful examination of our ideas reveals how our thinking contributes to their existence. Rather than treating problems as external forces, view them as opportunities to reassess your internal state. To find solutions, elevate the issue to the divine level of consciousness. Let go of resistance, release the problem, and confidently await the answer. Affirm this truth. There is nothing in me that prevents solutions from manifesting. I know all my actions and thoughts are guided by a higher intelligence. I trust this inward and silent flow of life to carry me safely to my destination, fulfilling my good intentions and resolving all challenges. Loving your work. A recent Gallup poll revealed that nearly half of people are dissatisfied with their jobs. While this statistic may be alarming, the deeper question is whether dissatisfaction stems from the nature of the jobs themselves or from how people perceive them. The same job that one person dreads may bring joy and fulfillment to another. The truth is, if we don't learn to find happiness in our current work, no new job will make us any happier. The root of our dissatisfaction lies in how we react to our circumstances. Happiness in work begins with finding something, no matter how small, that sparks joy or interest. Start by loving one aspect of your work, and this appreciation will grow. Ask yourself, am I allergic to work itself, or is it my reaction to the work I do? Change begins within. When we shift our perspective, we step out of the 50% who feel dissatisfied. Life is too precious to spend half of our waking hours in unhappiness. Appreciate the work you do now, and new opportunities for even greater joy will naturally arise. The power of non-resistance. Formidable obstacles. Gandhi built his life's philosophy on non-violence, an idea mirrored by the teachings of Jesus. Do not resist evil. These principles point to a spiritual transcendence, a higher consciousness capable of dissolving even the most. Consider an iceberg under the sun's rays. Slowly but surely it transforms in a liquid, no longer an obstacle, but a flowing, adaptable form. This is the essence of non-resistance, spiritual transcendence through the inner consciousness. By practicing non-violence and releasing resistance, we align with a power greater than ourselves, allowing the divine to dissolve challenges in its gentle yet undeniable way. Affirm this truth. I embrace the spiritual transcendence of my inner consciousness. Like the sun dissolving an iceberg, the divine presence within me transforms obstacles into opportunities. Through non-resistance, I align with peace, strength, and infinite possibilities, living with purpose. Life invites us to rise above the mundane, to recognize the divine order within us and all around us. Through disciplined thinking, trust in divine guidance, and a willingness to release resistance, we can transform problems into stepping stones, find joy in our work, and embrace the limitless potential within. As you navigate each day, remember your thoughts shape your experience. Focus on love, faith, and creativity, and watch as these qualities fill your life with harmony, peace, and fulfillment. The power of non-resistance. Wise individuals have long understood the power of non-resistance. Yet too often, we instinctively resist what we dislike instead of overcoming it. Today, practice non-resistance by letting go of everything that seems to contradict the reality you wish to affirm. Declare with conviction that the good you desire operates decisively in your life. Turn resolutely away from anything that denies this good, and instead affirm its presence. In the midst of fear, proclaim faith. In uncertainty, affirm conviction. Where there is sorrow, declare joy. No situation or condition can withstand the power of these transcendent thoughts, for they proclaim the omnipresence of God and the divine guidance of the Spirit, which accomplishes all things. The nature of success. There is a well-known saying in the United States, "Nothing succeeds like success." To this obvious truth, we might add another. We always succeed. Success can be defined as satisfaction, fulfillment, or the achievement of whatever preoccupies our thoughts. Consider those who have succeeded in finding joy, happiness, and health, enjoying them throughout their lives. Others have also succeeded, but in living lives marked by struggle, ill health, or disappointment, as their thoughts predicted. In both cases, they succeeded in manifesting what they continuously expected. This begs the question, are we succeeding in achieving what we truly want, or merely what we fear or expect? The difference is critical. We succeed in whatever we focus on most. Are your thoughts centered on abundance or scarcity, joy or sorrow, health or illness? This is the secret of why some experience abundant good while others feel left behind. To receive the good life has to offer, we must mentally accept it. We cannot attain what we subconsciously reject or resist. Words are powerful tools, attracting or repelling outcomes depending on our mental attitude. You can align with abundance and love or scarcity and indifference, but you cannot avoid attracting that which corresponds to the sum total of your consciousness. The law of attraction. The law of attraction works automatically, just as a reflection in a mirror corresponds to the object placed before it. To attract good into our lives, we must actively guard our thoughts. This means rejecting doubt, fear, and negativity while embracing only what aligns with goodness and abundance. Affirm this truth. I know that accepting only what is good in my experience dispels all doubt, eliminates fear, and removes obstacles, allowing perfection, truth, and lasting good to manifest. I trust that the precious ideas I hold now will come to fruition. I act with complete confidence in the law of the Spirit, knowing my words will not return void. I embrace these words and rejoice in them, knowing the increasing good I envision will fully manifest in my life. The wisdom of the body and mind. We possess far more intelligence and wisdom than we often admit. The body's innate wisdom to maintain its normal functions and repair itself is astonishing, defying even our most advanced scientific understanding. Even more incomprehensible is the mind, a vast, creative force that begins at an instinctive level but has no apparent limits to its potential development. Some compare the mind to a powerful computer, capable of remarkable feats, but even the most sophisticated computer requires an operator to guide its function. Similarly, our thoughts act as the operators of the mind, determining how it performs and what it produces. When we guide our minds intentionally, focusing on the good, the true, and the uplifting, we harness this immense power for our benefit. By aligning our thoughts with divine principles, we become the creators of a life filled with harmony, success, and fulfillment. Let us be mindful operators of this extraordinary mental and spiritual capacity, shaping a reality that reflects the divine perfection within us. The power of the mind and positive thinking. Within us lies something far greater than the mechanical functioning of the billions of nerves in our brain. Unlike a computer, which provides answers based solely on the data we input, our mind operates with a depth that transcends raw information. Our experiences, emotions, and relationships are shaped by the ideas and information we feed into our consciousness and store in the vast reservoir of our memory. This reservoir, filled over the years, plays a crucial role in shaping our outcomes. When we dislike what is happening in our lives, it's easy to blame external circumstances. Yet we often overlook that our current reality is the inevitable result of the thoughts, beliefs, and information we've introduced into our minds. Fortunately, we hold the power to change this. By consciously feeding our minds with positive, constructive thoughts, we can create new outcomes and better experiences. Affirm this truth: God is all power, all presence, and all peace. I free myself from all fear, doubt, and confusion. I direct my thoughts to the belief that only good will enter my life. I have faith in God's perfection and trust that peace, happiness, joy, and satisfaction accompany me always. The works of God surround me on all sides and flow through everything I experience. With patience, I release all doubts and fears, and with determination, I accept the abundance and harmony of the kingdom of God here and now. Breaking free from unhappiness. Unhappiness, as unpleasant as it may seem, is often a habit. Many of us take a strange comfort in dwelling on discouragement, complaining about our problems, and indulging in self-pity. Take a moment to listen to the conversations around you. You'll notice that much of what people say is negative. Headaches, struggles, and suffering dominate, while expressions of joy and enthusiasm are rare. No one achieves mental or physical fulfillment by focusing on life's negative aspects. By indulging in negativity, we blind ourselves to the true joy of living. Yet with just a little effort, we can untangle the knots in our thinking and open ourselves to a better way of life. Even when unpleasant things happen, favorable events and joyful encounters await us as well. At the end of each day, choose to reflect on the pleasant moments rather than dwelling on the negative ones. This shift in focus can reveal a new, deeper joy in life, a bliss that comes from appreciating the melody of existence. Aligning with universal spirit. You are part of the universal mind, one with the infinite substance of creation. You live, move, and exist within pure spirit. The abundance, power, and harmony of this spirit reside at the center of your being. To experience its goodness, you must open your heart to accept, feel, and believe in it. As you align with the divine presence, you will begin to hear the melody of joy resonating within you. This song of life has always been there, waiting for you to listen. Affirm this truth: knowing the divine presence is closer to me than my own breath. I have nothing to fear. I feel its loving protection surrounding me. I hear the song of joy, love, and peace resonating within me, singing its hymn of wonder and beauty. I free my mind from unhappy and negative ideas. I direct my thoughts to the light of life, to laughter, and to the joyful presence of the resplendent spirit. I release all anxiety and struggle, allowing the spirit to guide me toward peace and fulfillment. Choosing joy and light. Let go of the negativity that clouds your mind and embrace the light within you. Each day, focus on the good that unfolds and align your thoughts with the joy and abundance of the Spirit. You are a vessel for the divine, and when you open yourself to its presence, you will find harmony, peace, and endless joy waiting for you. Let the melody of life resonate within, lighting your path and filling your heart with boundless love and gratitude. Divine love and abundance. I welcome divine love to flow through me, intervening in my affairs with grace and purpose. With joy, I accept greater abundance, success, and a deeper peace that transcends circumstances. Joy springs from within my mind, and my life resonates with a song of ecstasy in my heart, the most important diet. In today's society, much of our focus is on diets: what to eat, what to avoid, and what is best for our health. These discussions often fuel conversations more than actions, and in many cases, our diet influences our thoughts more than our physical bodies. But what about the diet we feed our minds? Just as we're mindful of the food we give our stomachs, we should also pay attention to the ideas we feed our thoughts. Some ideas are nourishing, uplifting to a life that reflects those ideas, and beneficial, while others create mental indigestion, filling us with anxiety, fear, and negativity. The ideas we mentally consume ultimately shape our experiences. A mental diet filled with failure and negativity will lead. Conversely, filling our minds with success and positivity creates dynamic and prosperous experiences. The solution is to change our mental diet. Stop dwelling on thoughts of what you don't want and replace them with affirmations of what you do desire. Be your own doctor, prescribing a treatment of positive thinking, and follow through with discipline. Over time, the results will be undeniable. Improvement is inevitable when you nourish your mind with the right ideas. Spiritual food, the essence of life, fills all space and animates all forms. Yet the Spirit can only act through you, giving you what you are willing to accept. By consciously entering your divine inheritance through thought and heart, you align with absolute causation, the realm where all legitimate desires manifest. Affirm this truth. Today, I exalt abundance in all things. I praise everything with the idea of abundance. I remember only the good, expect greater good, and experience goodness. I know that the Spirit acts everywhere and flows into my life in ever-increasing measure. I accept this goodness for myself and share it freely with others. Abundance nourishes all things, and I embrace everything I need to make my life a joyful experience. The internal climate. Much like the external climate, our internal emotional climate shapes how we experience life. While weather conditions evoke different reactions in people, some enjoying the heat while others prefer the cold, it is our internal response that truly matters. The Earth's climate, though unpredictable and ever-changing, plays an essential role in sustaining life. The intricate system of air circulation and the water cycle enables life to flourish. Similarly, within us exists an internal climate, a dynamic system of emotions, thoughts, and responses. This internal climate requires conscious attention, just as we adapt to external weather with clothing, heating, or air conditioning. Life itself thrives on the balance of destruction and renewal, just as the earth continuously regenerates through an infinite process of change. If we embrace this truth, we begin to see challenges and fluctuations in our internal climate as opportunities for growth and reconstruction. Affirm this truth. I am in harmony with the ever-renewing processes of life. I adapt with grace to every change, knowing it serves my growth and evolution. My internal climate is one of peace, joy, and balance, as I allow the Spirit to guide and sustain me in all conditions, living in divine flow. When we align with the Spirit and maintain a positive mental diet, we experience life as a dynamic, abundant, and joyful process. The power of divine love flows through us, nourishing our thoughts, shaping our experiences, and filling our hearts with peace. By focusing on abundance, harmony, and goodness, we cultivate a thriving internal climate that mirrors the perfection of the Spirit. Let joy, gratitude, and love guide your thoughts, and watch as your life transforms into a reflection of divine abundance and peace. The structural system of life. The Earth's intricate system constantly renews itself. Rocks break down into soil or sand, which eventually forms new rocks. This cycle of disintegration and reformation prevents stagnation, paralleling the infinite rhythm of the seasons. When we view the Earth this way, we recognize that all seasons are necessary, each playing a vital role in maintaining life. It's not the climate itself that should concern us, but rather how we allow these changes to affect us. The very fluctuations we might resist are essential for the sustenance of life on Earth. Similarly, within the universe and within ourselves, there exists a fundamental harmony, a peace at the center of all things, that keeps everything from descending into chaos. This peace exists at the core of your being. It's a tranquility that you can carry with you throughout the day, and in the quiet moments of evening, when work is done, you can feel it enveloping you like the embrace of a mother tenderly watching over her child. Affirm this truth. In the peace that cradles me, I find strength and protection against all fear and anxiety. In God's peace, where I feel the love of the Holy Presence, all feelings of fear fade away like mist in the morning light. I see the good in all things, I see God personified in every person and life, manifesting in every event. The Spirit unites and animates all, wrapping everything in peace and harmony. Hope accelerates progress. Hope is a force that lightens the burdens of mistrust and uncertainty. By thinking of the good things to come, we lift ourselves above doubt and fear. It's essential to improve our awareness and reject the notion that nothing is too good to be true. God's perfection is an omnipresent reality, even if we have yet to fully perceive it. We only receive as much good as we are willing to accept. If we've condemned any aspect of our bodies or our lives, we must stop doing so. Instead, we should open our hearts and minds to the possibility of healing and goodness, for they are as real as the Spirit that animates all things. Chapter 3. Your mental and spiritual health. Health encompasses many dimensions: physical, mental, and spiritual, and each requires care. True health is not something that can always be purchased or traded, but that doesn't mean it is unattainable. The key lies in remembering that life itself is dynamic energy, a force that continually flows and expresses itself through us. This life energy, though mysterious, is undeniably real, for without it, we would not exist. While its workings remain a mystery, we have the power to amplify or limit its flow. This power resides in our thoughts. Within your mind lies the ability to accept, deny, or direct this dynamic energy. By aligning your thoughts with life-affirming principles, you open yourself to greater vitality and well-being. Welcoming life and its guests. We often pride ourselves on being welcoming, enjoying new people, friendships, and experiences. However, the welcome sign we unconsciously hang above our lives sometimes invites more than we realize. Many of our pains, illnesses, and challenges are, in fact, the result of unconscious invitations we've extended through negative thoughts and beliefs. The person who is joyful and content naturally invites health and happiness into their life. Conversely, negative emotions and thoughts act as invitations for discomfort and illness. The truth is, we attract what we focus on and welcome into our mental and emotional space. Affirm this truth. I am a joyful, welcoming presence, and I invite only positive, uplifting experiences into my life. I reject all thoughts of fear, negativity, or illness, and instead open my mind and heart to peace, health, and happiness. The Spirit flows through me, animating my life with energy, harmony, and vitality. I see every moment as an opportunity to experience the goodness of life, aligning with life's flow. Just as the earth renews itself through destruction and reconstruction, we too can rebuild our mental and spiritual health. By aligning our thoughts with harmony, abundance, and peace, we tap into the dynamic life energy that animates all things. Focus on the goodness in every moment, welcome only what nourishes your spirit, and allow the peace at the center of your being to guide you. In doing so, you will find that life unfolds with greater harmony, joy, and purpose. The welcome signs we display. Life, when aligned with harmony, is generally free from disease. Yet those who are perpetually grumpy, irritable, resentful, or fearful inadvertently invite discomfort and illness into their lives. The welcome signs we display, our thoughts, attitudes, and emotions, determine the experiences we attract. If you constantly complain about catching illnesses, consider whether you are unknowingly seeking them by projecting the wrong energy. Our ideas act like bait, attracting experiences that match them. If you don't like what you're catching, change the bait. Ask yourself, what kind of experiences am I welcoming into my life? If your life feels burdened by undesirable situations, it's time to change the sign that presides over the doorway of your thoughts. Stop sending out invitations to negativity and fear. Instead, exercise your ability to choose the life you want to live. Affirm this truth. I accept only the good. The goodness I believe in triumphs over all the negativity I have experienced. I am eternally connected to the infinite, a connection that can never be broken. Trusting in my abilities and in the divine law, I turn away from thoughts of lack, limitation, or fear. I declare that God's perfect law operates in me, through me, and for me. My thoughts are affirmative, positive, and constructive. Today I rest in the divine trust and security that sustain my body, mind, and all my affairs. The power of purpose. Birthdays come and go, and the years seem to pass more quickly as time moves forward. But how you feel, your vitality, and zest for life has little to do with the number of years you've lived. Instead, it is determined by your sense of purpose. What gives you a reason to wake up each morning? What fills you with vitality, well-being, and enjoyment? Milton Gulen, in a study published in the Bulletin of the American Medical Association, found that continued vitality and growth are largely tied to having a positive reason to live. Without such a reason, even a 35-year-old can feel old, while an elder with purpose can remain youthful at heart. Life is inherently active, creative, and constructive. As integral parts of this life, we are meant to engage with it positively and productively. When life feels stagnant or the rope seems to run out, remember, there is always more rope available. Open your mind to new possibilities and embrace a reason to keep going. Whether it's growing flowers, caring for grandchildren, mentoring younger generations, or pursuing personal passions, there is always a reason to live, a purpose that brings joy and meaning. Affirm this truth. I find and embrace a positive reason to live. I let life flow through me with vitality, creativity, and purpose. I am an integral part of life's infinite process, and I engage with it joyfully and productively. Renewal of mind and body. Your body in every aspect is a manifestation of spirit. In the mind of God, your body exists as a perfect design, immune to deterioration. Right now, divine vitality flows through you, forming healthy, complete, and vigorous cells. Your body is spirit taking shape, knowing no limits or time. It knows only how to express itself fully, completely, and perfectly. Affirm this truth. I recognize that spirit is within me, and that it is my true essence. Divine vitality constantly renews me, filling every cell in my body with life or experience of life. By consciously changing your welcome sign, finding purpose, and embracing the renewal of mind and body, you align yourself with the infinite flow of divine vitality. Let life's energy move through you, energy in purity. My body is strong, vibrant, and limitless, fully expressing the perfection of spirit. Embrace the flow of life. The thoughts you think, the emotions you project, and the attitudes you hold shape you freely, and you will discover that joy, health, and abundance are already yours. The divinity within. The divinity within me flows through every corner of my consciousness, reaching the deepest parts of my being. I rejoice in my divine nature. I feel vigorous, robust, and mentally creative, renewing my strength through God's perfection and positive action. My body is healthy and capable because God's life is my life, God's strength is my strength, and God's thought is my thought. Every breath I take fills me with perfection and vitality, renewing every cell of my body. I am born of the Spirit, and I manifest the Spirit in this moment. Healthy convictions. Medical researchers have long recognized the connection between stress and bodily ailments. Stress, covering a range of emotional and mental reactions to life situations, is often a contributing factor to disease. Yet, identifying its root cause can be challenging. Stress is often a hidden force, lurking beneath the surface like a wolf in sheep's clothing. Interestingly, religion has been suspected to act as both a source of refuge and a cause of stress. While it should offer spiritual peace, joy, and a sense of well-being, for some, religion becomes a source of fear, apprehension, and anxiety. This suggests that it's not religion itself, but our reaction to religious beliefs that impacts us positively or negatively. Examine your beliefs honestly. Do they bring you joy, peace, and vitality? Or do they weigh you down, gnawing at your inner harmony? Each of us must take responsibility for shaping our personal relationship with the Creator, free from the dictates of family tradition or societal expectations. Religion is, at its core, a personal, intimate connection with a higher power, and this connection flows through the channel of our thoughts. Your health and wholeness are directly tied to the state of your mind and spirit. Even if your body experiences challenges, know that within the mind of God there is a pattern of perfection sustaining you. Recognize that the river of life flows through you and open your mind to its infinite creative energy. Affirm this truth. I affirm that the living spirit animates every organ, action, and function of my body. Divine thought directs my thoughts, and divine wholeness supports my being. I feel the divine influence renewing every cell of my body, transforming it into the image of perfection. I give thanks for the silent, sustaining energy of life flowing through me. I believe in it, accept it, and let it flow freely, for I am one with it. All energy, presence, and life are mine at this very moment, supporting and renewing me. The power of thoughts on health. Ancient wisdom reminds us of the importance of emotional peace, particularly for expectant mothers. While once dismissed as an old-fashioned saying, modern medical research confirms that stress, anxiety, and worry can affect a developing fetus. If these mental states can influence an unborn child, they certainly impact those of us already born. Psychosomatic medicine teaches us that destructive attitudes such as stress and fear have significant consequences for our health. In life, encountering pressure and anxiety is unavoidable. It's part of being alive. What matters is not the presence of stress, but how much we allow ourselves to be entangled in it. The challenge is not ignorance of how our thoughts influence our health, but rather the unwillingness to change those thoughts. Affirm this truth. I release destructive attitudes and allow the flow of life to move freely through me. I reject stress, fear, and anxiety, and I embrace peace, joy, and harmony. My thoughts are aligned with health and well-being, and my body reflects the perfection of the spirit within me. Inner energy and transformation. It is possible that the mental energy you've been using has been focused on perpetuating the very limitations you wish to escape. Realizing this is the first step toward change. By redirecting your mental energy toward positivity, creativity, and alignment with divine principles, you can overcome limitations and embrace freedom. Recognize that your inner energy is powerful and inexhaustible. It flows from the infinite source of life, animating your being and renewing your spirit. By consciously choosing thoughts that align with divine truth, you allow this energy to express itself fully, transforming every aspect of your life. Affirm this truth. I am filled with divine vitality and energy. I focus my mental power on thoughts of health, abundance, and joy. My inner energy flows freely, breaking through all limitations and creating a life of harmony, peace, and fulfillment. I am one with the infinite source of life, and I live in its abundance every day. Allow this truth to guide you, and you will experience the full expression of health, vitality, and divine perfection in every area of your life.